Good morning. I am Ellen Garrity. I'm going to go ahead and give a presentation on assistive technology. The inquiry question that I chose to explore is, what is the best assistive technology for high school students who have ASD? One thing that I have discovered working in high school is that there are a number of different technologies that work best for different students. In some of the research, you see assistive technology described as just the low tech or high tech. I also kind of like to think that there's that mid tech as well, which is why I included this mid tech assistive technology as well. So, what is assistive technology? Assistive technology is any item or any piece of equipment or software that can help to increase or maintain or improve the functional capacities of any person that has a disability. Again, there's high tech, medium tech, low tech. I did find this picture on Google, which, very easy and simple explanatory pyramid, which shows you high tech is obviously at the top, medium tech, and then low tech, which oftentimes doesn't require much effort to put through, just, sometimes being a little bit creative. So let's go through those for just a minute here. We have for low tech, we'll start at the bottom and work our way up. And that's anything that does not require any electricity or any type of electronics. So maybe, something that could help a student hold a pencil if they're struggling with fine motor skills, or a weighted vest to help them if they are stimming. If they have sensory issues, maybe they might need some sensory materials. Mid-tech would be anything that's, fairly inexpensive and easy to operate, maybe battery operated, maybe any kind of like a visual timer, any type of social skills videos that might be helpful to a student as they navigate, being in high school, which is, a stressor for many students, not just students who have ASD. And high tech AT, which is a little bit more elaborate. It can be digital technology, anything that can help a student use maybe a device to help communicate wants and desires and needs through like a text to talk communication device, or something to that capacity. How can assistive technology help high school students who have ASD? It can help with basic communication. It can help with academics such as reading, writing, and math, telling time, managing schedules, learning some social skills, any kind of sensory challenges, staying safe, and daily living. Some of the types of assistive technology, I'm going to explore 5 different types of assistive technology that can be utilized with high school students who have ASD. One is a visual schedule. Visual schedules are very helpful for students that have ASD, as you can see in the picture. They can communicate any kind of order of upcoming activities or events using pictures, photographs, objects, icons, or words that help give an indicator on what might be coming next for that student. They're very easy to make, they're very easy to implement, and can be used across settings and generalized in all classrooms that the student may have. Another very popular is PECS, which is a picture exchange communication system. It was developed in 1985, so it has been around for a while. And when you have something like this that's been around for a while, obviously it's been improved upon since 1985. And it is, as you can see from the picture, it's very, very simple. It could be as simple as a folder that the student has with Velcro for different pictures to use to communicate wants and desires. Or it can be a little bit more elaborate for kids that do have stronger usage of written language, spoken language, and maybe they might have words as opposed to just pictures. It's a promising intervention and can be very, very effective with students who are in high school. In my particular high school, we have students who have moderate to severe disabilities, many of whom have ASD, and some of whom do in fact use PECs. And we find that it is very, very effective for those students. Another assistive technology that's very popular are sound blocking headphones. Auditory sensory issues can be an issue for students who have struggles with sensory processing. Many students that have ASD do in fact have those struggles, and so noise reducing headphones can be a great help to reduce that external noise that may in fact be a bother to them. It may be a bit of a nuisance and can help them struggle a little bit better. For high school students, it enables them to participate in a potentially loud environment without being overstimulated. Text to speech can be very, very, very helpful. As a matter of fact, many of us in our school, we have devices. Our students all have devices that are county issued. Many students on top of that have external AT as well, if the IEP team has decided that they need that. But we all have within our own text to speech programs, software within our devices. Research does suggest that assistive technologies like written support software have a potential to help high school students with ASD to unlock their ability to better express themselves. It can digitally read text aloud, which for students who need that option, that it's very beneficial and something that is a huge help, especially in academic classes that can be challenging for students. Voice output communication aids can also be a huge help for many students. They are also called speech generating devices. They're high tech and they are a good form of alternative communication, especially for students who may in fact struggle with speech or who have limited speech or maybe even are nonverbal. They can produce a synthesized or digital voice for the user. And it's great for high school students with ASD who struggle with speech. As a matter of fact, I had a student who graduated high school last year who used a voice output communication aid with his communication partner, his one-to-one para. And it was very beneficial because he did have a lot of thoughts and ideas and was able to successfully communicate in class. And not just communicate in class by participating academically, but also to be social with his peers. He had a great sense of humor, and it was wonderful to see him able to use that device successfully in my class. How to decide on assistive technology. It is definitely a process that's a team process. It is something that is discussed in an IEP meeting, an individual education plan. It requires participation from the team, and it is definitely a process that is initiated. And so what that means is oftentimes when it's initiated, it'll be a process because you don't just want to willy-nilly choose an assistive technology device without getting input from all of the students' teachers, having access to maybe observing the student across settings and seeing what might be beneficial to that student. And you also want something that is going to be somewhat easy for teachers to have access to if they need to. If it's a high-tech device, teachers would need to have training on that. And after the assistive technology assessment has been completed and assistive technology has been decided on, the team will start to formulate a plan to implement the device, and then the student will then become familiar with how to use it. So that may require some training for the IEP team or an assistive technology professional to come out and to have that, one-on-one or group training to demonstrate how to use that. I did go ahead and synthesize some information from some articles. So many students with ASD and other disabilities use assistive technology, which refers to any devices that have different levels of technological support and will help to guide the students through planning their days, through maybe even post-high school transitional planning as well. They can help, assistive technology can help with eating, mobility, communication, access to a computer, daily living skills, and so on. It's very helpful for a student that has a disability to be able to fully participate with his or her peers successfully. Here are references that I used with looking at different devices for deciding which assistive technology devices may be in fact the best to use with students who have ASD in the high school setting. And that is it. Thank you so much for viewing my presentation.